And we welcome you back in to Burgess Snowfield at JSU Stadium at Jacksonville State University as you look at the library there across campus for the 2017 Gridiron Challenge. This game will feature the Anniston Bulldogs and Tyner Academy from out of Tennessee. Gerhard, this is a big three-day event that just gets bigger every time we take a look at it, because over the course of the 5 days, we've got 40 or 38 now teams that are going to be playing here on this field live on TV, and it's going to be incredible the way that all of these teams have come together. It's
a tremendous opportunity for all these teams that want to try to get better. You heard from both Coach Herring and Coach Graves. Being able to play the kind of competition that you'll see in the fall and teams that you'll need to beat in order to be successful in the fall, you get a lot of that right here in these spring training games. And what we see from the first game, we'll see in this game, I'm sure, between Anniston and Tyner Academy out of Tennessee. What we'll see in the later game against New Hope and Bohaz. And then what we'll see moving forward is a lot of what we will – it's a kind of a precursor of what goes on in the fall. And so a lot of coaches get intrigued by that. So it's no surprise to me that this thing gets bigger and bigger and bigger, because you kind of kick off that first domino before you get rolling into your season.
I think one of the interesting things about it for me is the teams that are coming from outside the area that we don't normally get to see play on a regular basis. There are a lot of teams that we see every year during the regular season, but you've got Tyner Academy coming out of Tennessee. You've got Cordova, Tennessee coming into town. You've got a team from Georgia coming up, I think, next Saturday. And so we're going to get to see I don't know if it's a different kind of football, but we're going to get a different look because it's something we're not used to.
Absolutely. That's what we saw last year as well. A squad from Tennessee came and ran a lot of more of like a wishbone formation. You don't see a lot of that. And the way teams scheme in the state of Alabama, a lot of teams know each other. You can get a lot of teams to scout you, so you kind of know, seeing other teams on film as you're scouting your opponents. But these situations where teams around this area don't get to see Tyner, they don't get to see Chattooga, Georgia, they don't get to see a lot of these teams that come from out of state. So it makes it even more intriguing on top of what it already is. It makes it more intriguing to see it. And here's a good look at another good squad here.
That's Boaz right there, waiting for the nightcap game for tonight. And if you're watching on the live stream and live on TV 24 as well, and you've been following the schedule on our Facebook page, the schedule is a little bit off. The format kind of got flipped around a little bit, so we're running late with our kickoffs and with our game times. I do know I had seen some I was getting messages earlier through our live stream wanting to know about some of the scheduling, and yes, the Boaz game is going to be live streamed and live on TV. So all of the games all day long today, all day long Saturday, and all day long on Saturday the 20th, all live on TV 24 all throughout East Alabama, and live streaming on our website at tv24.tv.
Absolutely. It's a training ground for everybody, and trying to get accustomed to these rules, because a lot of what you try to get out of the spring, the number one thing that every coach says is do not get injured. So everybody tries to stave off injury as much as possible. Anytime you're playing a game with full gear, full speed, you can't completely ignore all the injury aspects, but you can try to do it as much as possible, and that's what they try to do here in these games. So what we saw in the first game between Oxford and Minor was 2 quarters with the starters and then a quarter with the varsity. We'll see if we do that again moving forward.
And we understand that the format for this game is going to be 2 quarters of 10 minutes and then 2 quarters of 8 minutes. We believe that's what the format for this game is going to be. So, and also the rules you mentioned, making sure we don't get any injuries and things like that. The most injuries in this type of a matchup occur in the special teams, in the kicking game. So there's no live kicking game, as you can see. We're getting ready on the field. The Anniston Bulldogs will be on offense. That is going to be Tyner Academy going to be on offense first. They'll put the ball at the 35-yard line. And we will do the best we can with Anniston right now. We don't have a complete Anniston roster, so we'll do the best we can to get the names and the numbers correct there for Anniston. Head coach for Tyner Academy Rams is Wayne Turner, coming all the way from Tennessee. And we'll see what the holdup is here. Waiting on the officials to run with it. Again, we're live at Burgess Snow Field at Jacksonville State University. All of these games, these teams love to come here and play on this field, in this setting, in this stadium. We're trying to get a sideline crew, so we don't have anybody on the sticks right now. So that's what they're trying to get together. They're calling some of the referees out that are here watching, who have games later tonight and tomorrow. Buddy Jason Boatman there going to grab a stick. So here we go, ready for some football action. The Tyner Academy Rams, the Anniston Bulldogs. And Tyner immediately goes with some razzle-dazzle, with the pass is overthrown. It was Jalen Bowens, who is actually listed as the quarterback, got the toss, and the pass was overthrown.
Just throw conservatism out of the book. Like, first play, you go down the field about 60 yards, and we saw the cannon on that guy, and it's a good shot there of that front five for the Rams.
Jeremiah Batiste, freshman wide receiver, was the intended receiver. Devin Wade, number 1 there that you see, taking the snaps. Another quick pass and a nice attempt, but is going to be, the pass is going to be no good. Keon Webb is the intended receiver.
Try to just do a little pass right there out in the flats. Wasn't a bad play call. They had men in position there. Anniston did. So we're looking at a 3rd and 10 here. So this is what happens when you dial up that first down play, and it's a long pass play. What you get on the backside of that is if you don't complete on 2nd down, you're looking at a long 3rd down where Anniston knows it's going to be passed.
Waite is under center. Gives a quick handoff to Webb, and he is going to be swamped at the line of scrimmage. Play will actually lose back to the 32-yard line, a 3-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Rams. They'll have the option of going for it or simulating a punt. They're going to simulate the punt. No live kicking game. We're going to move the ball 35 yards up the field, and the Anniston Bulldogs will take over on offense here in the Gridiron Challenge.
One of the things that we will see with the Anniston Bulldogs, and it's kind of a heartwarming story, is number 10, their quarterback. You see he's got a different color jersey on. I don't know if the coaches have talked about this before the game, but last year, Savion had a horrific injury the very, very first game of the season. And he was out for the entire rest of the year, and that really deflated a lot of the morale for the Anniston Bulldogs. Good to see him back on the field.
And quarterback takes the snap, and immediately, what a play. It's tipped by the Rams, going to be caught by the Bulldogs. So it turns into a complete pass.
Absolutely. Jamari West there just staying in the game. Watch the pass by Bethune. Savion Bethune gets it out there. Great position there by the defender for Tyner Academy. But an even better play to stay with it is West, and West not only stays with it, but picks up some extra yards.
Have some whistles before the snap. Get that all straightened out. First down for the Bulldogs at the 50-yard line. Bethune at quarterback. Rolling to the right side, looking to go deep already. Fires it downfield, and is anybody going to come up with that? It's going to be incomplete. Intended receiver there, number 3. He threw right into a crowd of Rams.
Once again, Jalen Bowens is there in coverage, number 8. But you're seeing Anniston with the quarterback back now. They're not afraid to put this ball in the air. There, throws it basically triple coverage. Jalen Bowens is the guy that gets his hand on the ball. Once again, a good story there with Savion Bethune. I have not seen if the coaches have talked about him being in that different color jersey means that he is treated differently as far as contact goes. We'll see as the game plays on.
Handoff this time to number 33. He'll get it across midfield.
That is Jovan Carlisle.
And that'll be third down, still right at 10 to go for the Bulldogs. Bethune looks to throw across his body, gets a complete pass right up the middle. That's number 12. He'll get down to the 33-yard line. And number 12 is going to be Jaquez Maynor.
It's basically just a screen pass there for Anniston, and it was well set up by the offensive lineman. Able to get the ball out there. But you're seeing Anniston with this, I say new, but it's only new as it relates to last year. He's not a new quarterback. He was the quarterback last year before he got injured. But with him back in the lineup, it brings a different element as far as the passing game goes for the Bulldogs.
Bethune with the handoff, this time to Jonathan Carlisle. Carlisle, sophomore. That brings up second down at the 32-yard line for the Bulldogs.
I like the multiple attack Anniston does. We'll see here what they do on basically a down where you can run it or throw it.
Pass is complete to West. West will work his way down inside the 29-yard line, and that will be very close. Nope. Still third down and 5. There we go.
West is a strong weapon for Anniston because they can use him both in the deep passing game, but also the shallow passing game. It's a good look at him right there. He made a lot of plays last year as a freshman. Now going into another year with the Bulldogs, he will be called upon, and I'm sure him and Bethune already have a nice rapport going on, even just with a few days of practice under their belt.
Bethune in the shotgun. 2 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Looks to throw, coming to the near side. And the pass was a little bit short. Intended for number 83, who is Ladrika Hall. Ladrika Hall, number 83. Should take a look at it again there.
Got the covers they wanted. It was one-on-one coverage there along the boundary. Hall not able to come up with it.
By the way, John Holder is on the sideline with us for this game, and we'll be visiting with him occasionally. He has been really studying up on Tyner Academy, since it's a team that we're not familiar with around here, and he's got some good information about Tyner. And the long pass down inside the 5-yard line is going to be incomplete, just a little bit overthrown by Bethune, and that was fourth down, so they're going for it on fourth down. They'll turn the ball over to the Rams.
Intended for Jaquez Minor there on the outside. One of the things that we saw with Tyner on that very first play was tried to go deep. Took a while for Anniston to make that long pass, but they do. And we saw both instances, both Tyner's instance and Anniston's instance, just off by a hair. Quarterbacks both definitely have the arm.
So the Rams will take back over on offense at the 29-yard line, at their own 29-yard line. And this time it looks like Jalen Bowens is going to line up at quarterback. He'll be under center with a single setback. And we're going to have a whistle and a flag from the far sideline before the snap. Going to be offsides against Anniston. Somebody lined up offsides there. They'll mark the ball up 5 yards to the 34-yard line.
It's a good looking shot from the end zone camera at a very, very big Tyner offensive line. We'll see what they do here on their second possession if they want to run.
Bowen keeps it himself, and he is going to get to about the 30-yard line before he's taken down, and that's actually going to be a loss of about 4 yards back to the 30-yard line.
That's a perfect play there by Jaden Woods, number 26. Just comes up and makes the individual tackle there.
Second down for the Rams. Big number 52 right there lining up as a running back, listed as a senior guard, Jalen Beeman there. Flag on the snap. Bowens takes it himself around the far side, runs over a couple of Bulldogs, and he'll go out of bounds. He'll be marked out at the 46-yard line.
There you're seeing the athleticism and just the pure strength of their quarterback, Jalen Bowens, but it looks like this one, and it will come back. He saw some penalty flags as he was running. They have confirmed it is an offensive penalty. So a nice effort, great run, but this will be all for naught as the ball comes back on. Looks like what's going to be called a holding penalty on the Rams.
I think it was an illegal procedure, so they're moving the ball back 5 yards to the 26-yard line, I believe. That's where they're going to put it. Illegal procedure, illegal motion.
Either way, the play does not count for Anniston, for Tyner, and that's good for Anniston because once Bowens got ahead of steam, it was full go. And
as you see, Bowens on the sideline there, taking a breather after that long, hard run. Got Waite back in the quarterback position. Long pass. Lots of contact between the offense and defense, but no flags around. They were pushing and shoving and getting their arms all tangled up together, but the pass was overthrown.
So it's a backup quarterback, or the guy that doesn't start. And Devin Wade is the guy they call on, and both quarterbacks have aired this thing out. We saw Anniston air it out as well with Savion Bethune. So both coaches really want you to see what they can get out of their passing game early on in this game.
Third down for the Rams, 26-yard line. Waite still under center at quarterback. Handoff and a fumble on the play. And the handoff went to number 20, Jeremy Elston. And it looks like it was recovered by Anniston. Ball will be marked down near the 25-yard line. The Anniston Bulldogs will be on offense at the Rams' 25. First down for Anniston. Bethune, short pass into the backfield. He'll get that off to Jonathan Carlisle. But we'll have a flag coming in toward the end of the play.
That's one of the clearest blocking the backs I've ever seen in my entire life. It was set up on the play there, and the defender just beat the offensive guy, and it looks like it was 33. So it's a block in the back, and this one was obvious. It was called from the back judge. Right. This is about 30 yards away, but well set up there by Anniston. But the thing about Tyner is Tyner, for the third time, saw the screen and this time adjusted to the screen and was able to come up and be in position. Anniston player had no choice but to block in the back there.
And they're going to mark it from the spot of the foul, which was the 28-yard line. They're going to back it way on up to nearly to the 40. It's 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so I guess they called it at the 29 and move it back to the 39. Anniston on offense. First down and a long way to go.
You look at the bottom of your screen, you're seeing tight one-on-one protection there with one high safety. So if Anniston does go to the air, look for him to go down to the bottom of the screen.
This time a handoff goes right up the middle. That's Jamari West who gets the call.
You've seen him as a receiver. Now we're seeing him as a running back. You're seeing Anniston trying to find different ways to get the ball to number 5, Jamari West. They called on him last year when he was a freshman. And now stepping up here as he goes into another season with the Bulldogs.
Play gain 7 to the 32-yard line. Bethune shotgun formation coming to the near side, just like we talked about earlier, and the ball is thrown out of bounds. Intended receiver was number 81 there.
It's Jordan Caldwell for Anniston. You see Shannon Feller talking with this quarterback, Savion Bethune. Called that pass play, one play too early. But they're getting the look that they want there with that single defender down below and Keon Webb and one high safety. But now the Rams make an adjustment. Looks like they're going back to a zone.
2 wideouts to either side for Bethune. Deep drop, screen over the middle. It goes to number 33, Jonathan Carlisle. And the tackle is made by number 76, Tracy Justice.
Good job there by Justice, because a lot of times what those screens do is they suck the defensive lineman up, and then you try to get the screen between the linemen and the linebackers. And it's up to the defensive lineman to be ready for that and make the adjustment, and that's exactly what big 76 Justice did.
He did a nice just turning around and having the offensive guy right there with him. So 4th down for the Bulldogs, going for it at the 30-yard line. Their options are to go for it or simulate a punt. They can kick a field goal without a rush, and they're going to throw that ball out of bounds. So they'll turn the ball over on downs, and Tyner Academy will have another opportunity on offense. No scores so far in this first quarter of action between Tyner Academy and the Anniston Bulldogs. Again, the format for this matchup is going to be 2 10-minute quarters, 2 8-minute quarters. The kickoffs in the kicking game are not live, although they will be allowed to kick extra points and field goals with no rushing. Punts are simulated by moving the ball 35 yards downfield. So the Rams come back on offense, and once again, Devin Wade is lining up at quarterback with Jalen Beeman in the backfield. This time Beeman gets the call. Big guy. Gets out to the 38-yard line. I'm sorry, that is now 62. That's Marcus Preston.
Preston's actually listed as a guard for this team, but as you can see, they're asking him to do some running back duties as well. I think there was also a 52 back there as well. So
yeah, earlier the other series was number 52, Jalen Beeman, that was in the backfield. 2nd down, about 2 yards to go. And unless he was drawn off, Anniston is going to be charged with offsides. And that's exactly the call we're going to get. They'll move the ball up 5 yards to the 43-yard line. It will result in a 1st down for the Rams.
Free 5 yards there in regular season football. That's a killer, because you're in that position where you can keep them out of field goal range, and certainly still not in field goal range as we speak right now. But for Anniston, we'll see who they make the adjustment.
1st down for the Rams. Pass coming across the middle, going to be behind the receiver. So it is going to be an incomplete pass. The intended receiver, number 11, Jeremiah Batiste. It's a freshman wide receiver listed at 6 feet tall, 165 pounds. So 2nd down. Second down for the Rams. The ball's tossed back to Keon Webb. Webb will get stopped at the 41-yard line. A loss of 2 yards on the play to make it 3rd down and 12 for the Rams.
So Anniston gave them 5 yards and a free 1st down, but so far nothing doing for Tyner Rams. We'll see what they do here in this position. Go to the I backfield.
Wait under center. No, I'm sorry, that is Bowens back in the quarterback slot. Incomplete pass, the intended receiver Jeremiah Batiste. So we have less than a minute to go in this first quarter of action. Here, the TV24 Gridiron Challenge, day 1 of the Gridiron Challenge. We'll be back on Saturday, starting at 11 o'clock Saturday morning and going all the way until about 4:30 or 5 o'clock will be the final matchup of Saturday. And here in this game, we're going to simulate the punt, move the ball 35 yards down the field, and Anniston will come back on offense at about the 23-yard line when we come back to action here in a second. And so we've got also on next Saturday, the 20th of May, another full day of football action here at Burgess Snow Field. Another large group of teams coming in. That'll start at 10 o'clock Saturday morning with the nightcap game scheduled to kick off at about 6 o'clock that night.
Visit TV24.tv. You'll see the schedule posted there, as well as on our Facebook and Twitter accounts. Just look for Pigskin Roundup. That's our flagship high school football show, and most high school football fans already follow that show, so we went ahead and put the games on there, even though it's not associated with the Pigskin Roundup.
They have a timeout called with 47 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Each team, if they're sticking to some of the plan that they put together to start with, each team gets 1 timeout per quarter. And they can use those later, I believe. If they don't use them during the first quarter, they'll stay with them. So we take a look at the Anniston club there. Let's go talk with John Holder. John Holder's down on the sidelines. You've been studying up on these Tyner Academy Rams. What can you tell us about these guys?
Well, you know, Tyner Academy is kind of a unique school. For a lot of years, they were a part of the Chattanooga City school system. That was abolished a few years ago, and they were morphed into the Hamilton County school system. And their coach is Wayne Turner. He has been coaching 29 years, and you see Coach Turner there. 27 of those years have been at Tyner Academy. Over 200 wins there. The football field back in 2014 was named Wayne Turner Field there at Tyner Academy in the Chattanooga metro area. This is a team that was 4-7 last year. They did make the playoffs in Class 2A in Tennessee. They lost in the first round of those 2A state playoffs. This is a magnet school. It's an academy of math, science, and technology in the Hamilton County school system up in Chattanooga, guys.
Thanks, John. And this time, Jamari West on the carry for the Bulldogs, and he is going to be caught well behind the line of scrimmage. That play is going to lose about 5 or 6 yards for the Bulldogs there.
You saw when John was talking about Coach Turner. Big smile on his face. He looks like he is really loose and having fun with this. I bet there's even a bigger smile on his face after that defensive play. Big loss there for Anniston.
Time to get off one more snap for the Bulldogs here. Xavion Bethune, number 10 at quarterback. Looks to pass, finds an open man. That's number 3 out about the 25-yard line. And that will wrap up the first quarter for us here at Burgess Snow Field. For the Gridiron Challenge, that's C.J. Ramsey wearing number 3. That was the receiver on that particular play. We'll take a quick break. There's no score. And the 2017 Gridiron Challenge, Anniston and Tyner Academy, TV24.
There's a killer on the loose in Alabama. This won't help you. This won't help you either. Even this won't help you. But this will. Breast cancer affects 1 in 8 women, and the only thing that can catch this killer is early detection with an annual high-quality mammogram. Advanced Imaging in Oxford and Gadsden was the first facility in Alabama to offer 3D digital mammography. Find out more online at alliesinthefight.com. Advanced Imaging, better technology for better health care.
Your neighborhood Grub Mart is your one-stop shop for everything you need when you're on the go. Grub Mart features the best prices on Coke and Pepsi products and is home to the 99-cent bag of ice every day. And Grub Mart is your exclusive home for the popcorn bucket. Purchase yours for only $5.99, then bring it in for free refills throughout the year. That's right, free popcorn for a full year. Your locally owned and operated Grub Mart, in business for over 74 years.
For a high-flying adventure of a lifetime, visit the new Screaming Eagle Zipline Canopy Tour and Aerial Adventure Park at Lake Guntersville State Park. Fly above and through the treetops at heights up to 250 feet on Alabama's largest high-speed zipline course. The Screaming Eagle is a safe and family-friendly adventure course that allows you to explore Lake Guntersville State Park from the point of view of the park's famous bald eagles and enjoy amazing views of Lake Guntersville. Book your aerial adventure tour today by calling 256-886-2517 or book online at LakeGuntersvilleZipline.com.
Downey Drug has been your pharmacy leader for over 40 years, and we are regularly voted best pharmacy and pharmacist by the readers of the Anniston Star. At Downey Drug, our customers are also our friends and neighbors, and we sincerely care about your health. That's why we are dedicated to personal service every day with every customer. And now, introducing Easy Meds, medication management made simple. Call us and find out more. Downey Drug, your pharmacy leader with 2 locations to serve you.
And we are back to the TV24 Gridiron Challenge, and that's looking all the way up on the mountain, up to Chimney Peak. As the folks up there enjoying the overlook as we come back to football action here at Burgess Snowfield at Jacksonville State University. Anniston Bulldogs on offense, and before they can snap the ball, we're going to have a yellow flag coming out as we start the second quarter action. It's going to be offsides called against Tyner Academy.
Offsides defense.
That'll move the ball up 5 yards for the Bulldogs. Put the ball at the 30-yard line. As you see, Xavion Bethune, the quarterback.
Looks like the official called the timeout here, settling something with the umpire. Last series, the Anniston defense went offsides, gave Tyner a first down. Here, the Tyner defense goes offsides and gives Anniston a manageable 3rd and short. See if they can convert that into a first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs. Bethune in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Going deep to the near side, overthrows his intended receiver. That was Jaquez Maynor, who was the intended receiver. He just couldn't get to it.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of the timing not as perfect as we speak right now. That'll get honed as we go into 7-on-7 camps and pick back up the action in late July with the quarterbacks and the receivers getting back on the same page. See a good shot there of OC Shannon Felder talking to his quarterback, but it looks like it's going to be a play that they'll rely upon because they've run that twice now, deep down to the right side.
It was 4th down for the Bulldogs. They chose to do the simulated punt, so they'll move the ball 35 yards, and it will wind up on the 35-yard line for the Rams. As you see, Anniston head coach Eddie Bullock. He has taken his team to the playoffs 4 of 7 seasons. He's also the girls' basketball coach there at Anniston High School, and those Anniston girls are always successful on the basketball court as well.
Absolutely. Been to the Final Four numerous times, the Sweet 16, virtually every year that Coach Bullock has been with them, and a couple championship game appearances as well.
Waite under center with a handoff. That'll go to number 62, Marcus Preston. I'm sorry, that's number 52. They keep swapping out 52 and 62, and it's Jalen Beeman, 195-pound senior for the Rams.
It's funny to see one unconventional number for a running back, much less two. We have
and both of them listed as guards on the roster.
Exactly, 52 and 62, and they're running the 30s. Look like Jerome Bettis back there.
Now we got Bowens back under center at quarterback, and I think we're going to have a false start called against the Rams this time. One of the offensive linemen got a snap count wrong and moved a little bit too quickly, and that'll cost him 5 yards.
Coaches now always, even in great games where players play great, they always have things that they want to harp on and be able to execute in practice. Both coaches, I'm sure, taking away from this, we'll talk about the penalties in the game.
So second down for the Rams. Bowen's going to keep it himself. Turns, takes it back up the middle. He'll make it to the 44-yard line. He'll be shy of the first down by about a yard, but a nice play there by Bowens.
Well executed play here. You don't see this very often where it's essentially, I mean, I guess you could somewhat call it a play action because he does step back and play formation, or a pass formation, but he does it for just a half second, and it's run the entire way. He actually turns his back to the defense for a half second and then runs up the field. So well executed, brings up a 3rd and short.
3rd and 1, Bowens under center. Hand off to one of the big guys. That looks like 52 again, Beeman. And he will easily pick up the first down, driving through that defensive line, and they'll get to about the 47-yard line. See one of the other teams out by the locker rooms.
Yeah.
We believe that's New Hope getting ready for the next game. That'll be played against Boaz after this game is over with. First down for the Rams. Bowens going to the air. Pass is incomplete. It was a nice pass to Solomon Bridgman, and Bridgman couldn't keep a handle on it.
Yeah, Bridgman, he's a good receiver for the Rams here. He's a really tall guy. Got a nice big frame. Couldn't get his hands on that ball.
So second down and 10 at the 47-yard line for Tyner Academy, coming out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, to join us with the Gridiron Challenge. Devin Wade back at quarterback. And another flag, as it looks like the defensive end on the far side lined up offsides.
Offsides.
That's going to give the Rams 5 more yards to bring them in to the 48-yard line on the other side of midfield. Be second down and 5.
Penalties here really playing a big part in this game as it relates to field position. And so whenever you have a second down and 10 that now comes to second and 5, a lot of times your play calls change. So we'll see here what the Rams do.
Wait, dropping back, pass across the middle. Coming a little bit across the middle. It's incomplete. The pass was a little bit too low. That's Donald Cannon, junior wide receiver. Tried to go down and pick that one up off the ground, but just not able to do it.
There was a series late in the first half where they went to that exact same play. It pass went behind the receiver. They actually did it twice during that series. This time it was ahead of the receiver but low. So we'll see if the Rams keep going back to that. They like that slant pattern with the receivers on both sides.
3rd and 5 with Wade at quarterback. Hand off to the running back. He breaks a tackle. Big guy, hard to bring down. That's number 52, Beeman, Jalen Beeman, and they're finally going to drag him down at about the 28-yard line. And he'll pick up a big first down for Tyner Academy.
They say don't judge books by their covers, so don't judge players by their numbers. He doesn't run like a 52. You normally think of 52 as offensive guards, offensive tackles, and centers, and he actually listed as a guard, but we saw some power running earlier, and there's some nice agility by Beeman.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line for Tyner Academy. Wait still in at quarterback. A fumble on the snap, but it's going to be picked up by Beeman and turned into a positive play out to the 25-yard line.
Well, we talked about his agility. This is just awareness and concentration, because the ball just squirted out of there, and heads-up play by Beeman to not only pick the ball up and keep it from being a turnover, but gain some positive yards there.
So about a 3-yard gain on the fumble. Ball placed down at the 25-yard line.
He's definitely an asset to this football team right here. We'll see if he petitions. We'll go back and check in the regular season, see if he petitions to get an athletic number.
Handoff goes to Beeman, and he's going to be hit immediately, but still gains 2 yards after being wrapped up. So this big, strong guy here, and I can see why they're using him in the backfield. This would be more of like an I formation kind of thing, where he's the fullback and you got a little bitty tailback behind him, but this guy's doing the job himself.
Absolutely, and he's able to get it done. We saw it 2 plays ago. That time, a good job there by the Anniston defense to get the initial stop. As you said during the play, he did squeak out a couple more yards there. One of the things about running backs like that, the bigger kind of running backs, is they don't stop moving their feet, and usually when you can just leverage your body weight, you can gain some positive yards.
3rd down, 4 yards, 5 yards to go. Got Bowens back at quarterback. He'll lose a little bit back to near the 26-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll have the option of going for it, kicking a field goal. Not enough room to do the simulated punt here. We saw some field goal attempts with the Oxford game. It was the first game of the night, but so far no field goal attempts with this game. It's about 4th down and 7. Got to get down to the 18-yard line for the first down. They're going to try it through the air. It is going to be deflected. That's number 36 for the Anniston Bulldogs. It gets a hand in there. That is Demetrius Brand. Very aware from his, looks like a linebacker position, to get his hands up and get a hand on the ball.
Absolutely. For the 4th time this game, Tyner's gone to that slant pattern right on the inside. And like we said earlier, 2 times it went behind the receiver. 1 time it was low. This time it was about where the quarterback wanted to put it, but good job there, heads-up play by the linebacker for Anniston.
Now 1st down for the Bulldogs. Bethune still at quarterback. Got a handoff. Goes to number 12. We got a flag on the play, but some running room for Maynor. Maynor will go down at about the 47-yard line, 48, 47-yard line. That's Jaquez Maynor, but I think that's probably going to come back, as we have a flag way back here on the 26-yard line. It is going to be a holding call against the Bulldogs.
This had to be on the backside of the play, from where the official threw it, and made it look like it was on the near side as Maynor ran to the outside. They don't call numbers out in high school, but judging by flag position, it might have been a hold that wasn't necessary. And those drive coaches crazy when it's on the backside of plays, but it's a big, big loss there for the Bulldogs on a big gain.
Yeah, costly loss there. 10 yards from the point of the foul. They marked it at the 26, and they'll bring that all the way back to the 16-yard line. The hold was number 62 for the Bulldogs, which is Jones.
Yeah, right side of the line, so it was the back side of the play that went to the right.
A repeat 1st down, though, but 1st and about 20. Bethune looks for room to throw, and it's going to be intercepted by the Rams. That's going to be number 3, Donald Cannon, junior defensive back. It just comes right over the top of this play and makes a clean interception. Very nice play for the defense.
Yeah, we're putting together a highlight reel about this thing. There was one run from Cantrell in the Oxford game, and this might be it from this game right here. That's just an athletic play there by an athletic player.
The pass was thrown a little bit behind the intended receiver, and he was having to try to stop and come back to it. And Cannon was able to slip right in there and make the interception. So now first down for the Rams at the 30-yard line. Remember, we're live on TV 24 throughout East Alabama and streaming live online at tv24.tv. If you have to step away from your TV, take your tablet or your mobile phone with you and continue watching. You can go to your live stream app, use your live stream app, and search for WEAC TV 24 or search for Gridiron Challenge, and you'll be able to find those on there and stream online and watch from the convenience of wherever you happen to be, even if you're not around your TV. Second down now for the Rams at the 33-yard line. Got Waite under center, getting some pressure. He is going to be sacked. That's number 38 who gets the sack for the Bulldogs.
It's like Caleb Jennings here, and there's really just no place to go for Waite. And Jennings makes a fantastic play. Solo tackle there. This team was decimated by injuries, Anniston was, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So you have to know that Coach Eddie Bullock is glad to see some of his playmakers back in the fold here and ready to make some plays for the Bulldogs this season.
Third down and about 31 yards to go. Make that 21 yards to go for Tyner Academy. Pass complete over the middle to the 22-yard line. And the receiver is number 20, Jeremy Elston.
You get a good look at it right here. Elston just goes across the backside of the defense, goes right across the middle, makes the catch.
And still just short of the first down. That'll be fourth and about 2 to go for Tyner Academy at the 22-yard line. They got to get to the 20 to get the first down. Bowens with the handoff to the big guy again, to Beeman rather. And he is going to be stopped. Nice defensive play by the Anniston Bulldogs. They've had a hard time stopping Beeman, but they were ready for him that time.
Absolutely. You saw he even got plays on a botched fumble, a botched snap that turned into a fumble, got yards there, but that time the Anniston defense stepped up, and you probably knew from a defensive standpoint for Anniston that they might go back to Beeman. He was having such a great series there on the run, and really a great game overall.
So we'll change possessions. It's changed possession. First down for the Bulldogs at the 21-yard line. Bethune, shotgun formation. Wideouts to either side. Single guy in the backfield with him. And he's going long again, way overthrows the intended receiver. That's Jamari West, who is the intended receiver. And I don't know if there was some miscommunication there. West had stopped like he thought it was going to be a shorter pass there. Let's go down to John Holder again. He's down on the field. What are you seeing down there, John?
Guys, it's a really nice night weather-wise down here. Perfect for football weather. And I know, when you change kind of at the last minute from Friday night to Thursday night, you think that might affect the crowd. But we had a great crowd here for the Oxford game. Anniston has a nice contingent here. Looking across the way, the folks from Boaz have really traveled from Sand Mountain. And it looks like they're going to have a big crowd here for our next game between Boaz and New Hope. So despite the change, tells you how hungry people are for football. We've had some nice crowds here, and we expect those crowds to get even bigger Saturday with some big 7A's coming in like Hoover and Hewitt-Trussville.
Thank you, John. Jaquez Maynor on the carry for the Anniston Bulldogs. The play will get just a little bit of a gain up to the 27-yard line, about a 5-yard gain up to the 27-yard line. As you see, Bethune. Another handoff, this time to West. West is going to go down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll be dragged down at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Bulldogs. And Gerhard, John, referring to the change. Some folks may not have been aware that this was originally scheduled for tomorrow night, this first night of the Gridiron Challenge, but looks like the weather might not participate with us tomorrow night. So everyone got together and decided to move these games to tonight for the first night here on a Thursday. And then all of these games that you see tonight are going to be replayed on TV 24 tomorrow evening starting at 5 o'clock. So if you want to watch them again on TV 24, all of these games in their entirety will replay starting at 5 o'clock tomorrow night. And then we'll have the all-day live again on Saturday starting at 11 o'clock. Saturday morning. Well, that brought up 4th down for the Bulldogs. The simulated punt brings the ball back to the 39-yard line for Tyner with only 18 seconds to play before the break.
See what Tyner does here, because we'll essentially do is treat it like a half. We'll see if they do that here with the varsity squad, or if they just do it quarter to quarter.
Wait in the shotgun formation this time, rolls to the right side. Pass is complete to the right side, still on his feet. Looks like Keon Webb. And they're going to say he is down near the 30-yard line, just outside the 30-yard line. You see the pass here. Kind of a wobbly pass, but Webb, good job of protecting the ball until he goes down. The ground caused the fumble there, but a good job protecting the ball and being prepared for that hit just as the ball arrived at him.
Absolutely. That's great awareness there by the Rams, and we're seeing a lot of that here with Tyner. And one thing that kind of sticks out with Tyner is they have a lot of players on their roster. You look over across the way at their sideline, there's not a lot of players, reserve players on the bench. So maybe a lot of their guys either didn't travel or maybe play some other sports. And I'm not sure of the Tennessee calendar, whether track or golf or tennis or baseball or any other spring sports gets in the way of football here late. So not a large bench to go to, and that's one of the things we'll look forward to as this game rolls on, who comes in here for the Tyner Rams. But so far, a lot of players putting in a lot of great effort here in the state of Alabama.
So 1st down for the Rams, just outside the 30-yard line. Nobody's been on the scoreboard yet, and most of this game so far has been played here on this end of the field, on the Anniston end of the field. Shotgun formation again for Waite, and a flag just before the ball is snapped. False start going to be called against Tyner Academy. That'll back him up 5 yards.
Once again, penalties playing a key role in this game. We've seen a couple of Tyner and a couple on Anniston.
So 1st and 15 for the Rams. Waite in the shotgun. 2 wideouts to either side. Rolling to the near side. And again, that is not Waite, but Bowens. Bowens still on his feet, though. That play is going to lose some yardage, and the clock will wind down during the play. Let's see what they're going to do, though. They're going to send them off the field. That is the end of the 2nd quarter. Now, I don't believe we're going to have a full halftime style break here. I think probably just a 2-minute break for between the 2 quarters. And we'll take a break with them. Be back in a moment to the 2017 TV 24 Gridiron Challenge.
Regional Medical Center Anniston was Alabama's first baby-friendly hospital. We're proud of that distinction because it means everything we do promotes healthy, happy babies. We encourage rooming in, skin-to-skin contact after delivery, and exclusive breastfeeding. All the things that bring moms and babies closer. From the first ultrasound to the first birthday, RMC is dedicated to giving growing families a healthy, loving start. Visit rmcisforme.org.
At KFC, we choose to make spicy, crispy chicken sandwiches. Not because it is easy, but because it is hard. We choose not only to launch KFC's new Zinger sandwich in a $5 fill-up, but to take it to space. Will it be easy? No. Will it be hard? Yes. We've already covered that. But when we succeed, we will lick our fingers good! Space sandwich! Yeah! Try the Zinger sandwich before it goes to space.
I'm Alan Parnell with Parnell Insurance Agency. Parnell Insurance Agency has been in business in Alabama and Georgia since 1990. Auto Owners Insurance Company is one of our very best companies. We're real proud of our commercial line staff, Ty, Brooke, Michelle, Caitlin, and our administrative staff, Alan, Carrie, and Amber. Combined, our staff has 125 years experience. Come see what Parnell Insurance Agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, or Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Sure, it seems like there are tons of decisions to be made as you start down your college path. The good news is Gadsden State can help. Online, on the phone, or in person at the new One Stop Center in Gadsden. How much can I save? What career is perfect for me? Help with everything from admissions to financial aid. And when all the answers point towards saving money close to home, you'll see why so many decide to make their first stop, Gadsden State.
We are back at Jacksonville State University as you take a nice look at the sky over Burgess Snowfield, JSU Stadium here at Jacksonville State for the 2017 Gridiron Challenge. It has been a really, really nice night and afternoon for some spring football because our high today kind of topped out in the low 80s. You know, it was in the 90s yesterday,
right,
but it cooled off a little bit today, and it's nice out here tonight at JSU for some high school football. And as John said earlier, people are hungry year-round around here for high school football.
Exactly. And one of the things about moving this thing to Thursday was to be able to get some good weather in. But as you highlighted, it's been great weather. And I'm sure a lot of the coaches and players and especially the fans have been really, really happy to get this weather.
You know, the Gridiron Challenge has a lot of games involved, and that is coming up on Saturday the 20th. And we're seeing the last game of the 13th right there at the top. That's Saturday's last game at 5 o'clock with Wetumpka and Mary Montgomery. Then we'll skip a whole week and go to next Saturday, the 20th, where we have Tarrant, Locust Fork, Pisgah, and Strawn, and a whole other series of games all day long there. We can talk about those a little bit more after we come back to action here with the Anniston Bulldogs. We have a new number in at quarterback. I think that looks like number 18. And that is going to be Tyree Carmichael. Came in and took the snap that time. And he comes to the sideline, gets his information, gets his play call, and comes back out to the huddle.
A lot of the guys you'll see here over the span of the next 2 quarters are JV guys and guys that aren't expected to start on the varsity level, but this is a really good training ground to have them get into a position where they can help out on Friday nights. We saw last year injuries really decimate this Anniston program. If you look to this exact part of their spring when they were playing their JV guys, little did they know at that time they'd be called upon in the fall to make some plays. And so same thing with these guys. Football, the sport of attrition, there's a lot of injuries in the sport, so these guys might be labeled as JV guys, but 1, they're getting experience, and 2, at any time their number could be called.
On the carry that time was number 39, Quintarius Griffin, sophomore. Carlisle looks like in the shotgun formation. And we're going to have, they're going to allow Anniston to call that timeout before the flag comes out for the delay of game. So we have a timeout called by the Anniston Bulldogs. Now, as you'll notice, if you're looking at the clock there, we have, we're playing 2 8-minute quarters to wrap up this segment of the game. So let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back in a moment.
Don't just dream it. Call Family Savings Credit Union. Right now, get something you want for as low as 2.24% APR. You can even apply online or by phone. Family Savings Credit Union, where your money grows with you and your family.
If you or someone you know takes monthly medications, you know the problem. Easy Meds from Downey Drug is a breakthrough program that packages, labels, and dispenses your meds accurately.
With Downey Drug Easy Meds, it makes it so simple. I don't have to fool with all of this anymore.
I don't forget to take my meds anymore.
I get all my prescriptions at the same time each month.
This is so simple.
Call Downey Drug and find out more about Easy Meds. Medication management made simple.
Well, we're back to action here at the Gridiron Challenge. We missed one play during the commercial break there, and then they brought up 4th down for the Bulldogs. So they're doing the simulated punts on 4th down, moving the ball 35 yards. And the Tyner Academy will have another chance on offense at the 28-yard line, their own 28-yard line.
So the varsity guys basically played this game between the 30-yard lines, and so we'll see what the JV guys can get into the red zone and stick it into the end zone as we take a look now at Tyner. We talked earlier about how small their bench is, so I won't be surprised to see a lot of the people who started in that first half continue to get some action here in the second, as we're seeing with quarterback Devin Wright, who's back in the game. Devin Wade, sorry.
Wade is under center. Looks to throw. That's Webb on the catch. He was completely uncovered, and he converts that into a long run after the catch.
I think it's number 11 that makes this play. Watch this block here, right there on the side, and that really springs out Webb, and Webb's able to take off there. It's well-executed play there by Tyner.
Webb goes down at the 29-yard line. Well, they'll mark him at the 28. And a big first down for the Rams. Now at the Bulldog 28-yard line. Wide house to either side. A little motion in the backfield. Hand off. That is going to be number 52, Beeman. Jalen Beeman again with the carry. He'll get all the way into the 20-yard line. That's about an 8-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 2 for the Rams. And again, we're still seeing a lot of those same numbers and same names in here for this third quarter of action. Somebody wanting to put a few points on the board at some point here. So far, playing to a stalemate between Tyner and Anniston.
If I'm not mistaken, this would be the first time if they can get inside the 20-yard line that either team would have been inside the red zone.
Wade with the toss to Beeman. Beeman will gain almost to the 15-yard line, somewhere between 15 and 16 there, and that's good enough for another first down.
Well-deserved congratulations there for Beeman as he exits the game. He's been a workhorse for this club, for the Rams in the backfield. Not sure if his day is done just yet.
First down for Tyner Academy. Devin Wade at quarterback. He's listed as a senior. Reverse handoff there. Webb has the ball. He's got some room. And he's going to get into the 7-yard line. They'll mark his forward progress at the 7-yard line. A little more trickery there from Tyner Academy, just when you least expect it.
Absolutely, and it was, like you said, it was a double handoff, but one of the things is that you can run that, but the defense steps on it. You have to have some great blocking and execution down the way, and that's exactly what you saw.
So the ball is at the 7-yard line. 2nd down, a little more than 1 to go. Wade under center. And he's going to have to fall on that one. This time he had Marcus Preston, number 62, in the backfield with him.
This looks like a fumble on the exchange there between quarterback and center. Second time that's happened today.
That brings out Jalen Bowens. Going to come back into the quarterback position. Waite and Bowens been swapping out at quarterback throughout the night tonight. Shotgun formation for Bowens this time. Preston with him in the backfield. And they're going to call a timeout. Timeout will be charged to Tyner Academy. And we're going to take a quick break as well, so we'll be back in a moment.
2017 college football season kicks off in Montgomery. The Guardian Credit Union FCS kickoff will open the college football season on Saturday, August 26th at 5 p.m. Central Time on ESPN. Don't miss two of the nation's top-ranked FCS teams, the Jacksonville State University Gamecocks and the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga Mocs at historic Crampton Bowl. Visit GuardianKickoffClassic.com for the FanFest schedule of events and game information.
You will take more than 672 million breaths throughout your lifetime. Yet life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. JSU is proud to offer Northeast Alabama's only Bachelor of Science in Respiratory Therapy. Now enrolling tomorrow's breathing specialist. Breathe easy.
Those promotional mentions for Jacksonville State University. We appreciate Jacksonville State and their partnership with TV24 to allow us to bring these games to you from Burgess Snow Field on the turf in the beautiful JSU Stadium here. And you see another first down. Looks like it's going to be a first down for Tyner Academy. Jalen Bowens on the carry there. And that will be first and goal from the 5-yard line for the Rams.
Well executed play there coming out of the timeout. They called the timeout to save themselves the 5 yards that they would have gotten on the delay of game. So good job by the Rams there to reconvene. Call the play that would give them now first and a good shot to get in here with 5 yards and 4 plays.
Bowens under center. Hands off to the tailback, and he's going to power his way into the end zone. And the Rams are on the board. That is Webb again, Keon Webb, who got the call here. Initially hit by a couple of Bulldogs, but just powers himself right on into the end zone.
Good job by Webb. We've seen him in the passing game. So we've seen him slants. We've seen him on the post. Now we're seeing him in the backfield. And I'll tell you, he and Beeman have really impressed me as two guys that can really make a lot of plays for this Ram football club.
Now they have the option here. The kicking game is partially live for extra points. They can kick an extra point if they want to, but there will be no defensive rush on the extra point. Can't exactly, it doesn't look like there's a kicker getting ready. Looks like they're going to go for 2. Can have Preston in the backfield. Bowens at quarterback in the shotgun. And goes into motion. 4 men to the wide side. They're heading that way. Bowens walks right on into the end zone untouched for the 2-point conversion for Tyner Academy. And that puts them up 8-0 here with 2:38 remaining in our third quarter action.
Got exactly the defensive look they were looking for. And they were just outmanned there. Anniston was on the right-hand side. You take a look there. Good, well executed in the blocking, 62. And if anybody to block down there for Anniston as Bowens walks into the end zone for 2.
No kicking game on the kickoff, so we'll put the ball at the 35-yard line for the Anniston Bulldogs. As you see some of the players from New Hope getting ready to come out onto the field. The next game will start 10 minutes after the end of this game. So if you're watching live on TV or watching the streaming version, the New Hope Boaz game, originally on the printed schedule that was put out, was supposed to start at 7, but running a little bit behind on things. So we're probably looking at about 8:15 or so for the next, maybe even 8:30 for the next set of quarters to start. Anniston Bulldogs going to pick up a first down on that play. The ball gets out to near the 46-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Bulldogs.
Good fight, good second effort there by Anniston on the run play. And we're credited with the first down and keeps this drive alive. Seen one score on the board. We'll see if that triggers something for this Anniston offense here.
Tyreek Carlisle is at quarterback. Carlisle keeps it. Defense comes up and meets him. He's going to gain about half a yard on that play. As you see, the defensive play made by number 20, Jeremy Elston, for the Rams.
There you saw Elston recognize himself on the Jumbotron.
Seeing himself on the giant TV screen on the scoreboard.
That is a first for me. I don't think I've ever seen a player in the moment realize he's on the Jumbotron and give a little wave to himself. But he deserves after that play. He had a great closeout there and stopped that play from developing, and brings up a 2nd and long.
2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs. Carlisle, quarterback, trying to get a pass off. He had some problems there in his backfield. His running back kind of backed up into him and bumped him as he was trying to throw the ball. So he overthrows his receiver there. As you see the scoreboard here at Burgess Snow Field. I guess the last season we're going to see that scoreboard because the JSU Board of Trustees approved a new video board, an incredible new video board that's going to be put up soon here. The new video board is going to be 80 feet long by 24 feet tall.
Wow. And from what was read out in the release, it will be the biggest video board in the OVC.
Another handoff this time. This time it goes to number 32, Tawan Spidell for Anniston High School. That was going to bring up 4th down, so we will simulate the punt, move the ball 35 yards. And they do allow some time to run off the clock during the simulated punt. However long it takes the referee to walk the 35 yards is how much time that they run off the clock during the simulated punt.
It's a pretty good measurement, I would say.
And they're going to put the ball down, it looks like about the 22-yard line for Tyner Academy.
Keep in mind here as we take a look at this Tyner offense get back to the field that a lot of the Tyner starters are still in the game. So, and if they march down on this team, they're marching down on essentially what is the JV squad for the Anniston defense. So if this final score maybe looks a little bit off, you have to keep in mind that the varsities played to a stalemate. The varsities played 0-0, and just because of the fact of who's on the field right now, Tyner still has a lot of their bigger, more athletic, and their quote-unquote first-team guys, a lot of them still playing there, as we see a big play there by Jeremy Elston, the same man that made a big play on defense and saw himself on that aforementioned Jumbotron.
2nd down now for the Rams. And that's going to wrap up 3rd quarter action here in the TV24 Gridiron Challenge. It's day 1 of 3 days of football with the TV24 Gridiron Challenge here in 2017. We'll have a full day of action this coming Saturday the 13th, another full day of action on Saturday the 20th, and in between there we've got the 18th and 19th, which will be 2 evenings of football featuring Calhoun County schools with the Calhoun County Spring Jamboree. And we'll have all those details at TV24.tv and on all of our Facebook pages. Time to take a break. We'll be back.
Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
Join us May 19th and 20th for the Logan Martin Lake Fest and Boat Show, presented by America's First Federal Credit Union. Come experience Alabama's largest in-water boat show. Test drive pontoons from Bennington, Sun Tracker, Silver Wave, South Bay Regency, and Avalon. Fishing boats from Tracker, Nitro, Express, and Challenger. And personal watercraft from Sea-Doo. Weekend events include fireworks, live music, vendors, and giveaways, including a brand new lake-ready Sun Tracker pontoon boat. May 19th and 20th in Pell City. We'll see you on the lake.
I was finally ready to buy my first home after renting for the last several years. As I started my search, I got overwhelmed by how many websites and confusing listings there are. That's when I found the experts at ERA King. To me, ERA means expertise, reliability, and activity. I depended on them to find a home in my budget, and they didn't stop working until the keys were in my hands. ERA King. To us, it means always doing the right thing for every client. What will ERA mean to you? Find out at eraking.com.
Huge hailstorm equals huge savings at Buster Miles Ford in Heflin. Come experience a stress-free buying process during our hail sale and save thousands. Over 300 vehicles must go. The damage so small on some and savings so big on others. We have brought the professionals in to fix the cars right. Work has begun for our loss and your gain. Come take advantage of these savings, hopefully never to be seen again. Buster Miles Ford in Heflin, off I-20, exit 199. The difference worth driving since 1947.
And we're back to Burgess Snow Field. While we were away, the officials did not hold play for the commercial break like they had been doing, and we missed a long 68-yard touchdown by Tyner Academy. And we'll show you that on replay in just a moment. They're going for two here in the two-point conversion after the touchdown, and it is going to be successful. Again, in number 12, Elston punches that one in, and the score goes 16-0 in favor of Tyner. And here's the replay of that long touchdown pass.
Yeah, we've seen this a bunch of times where they go to that slant. This was really more of a deep one, and deep post move, and it's just a good play there. Good execution by Donald Cannon. Caught the ball, had some resistance going into the end zone. Good quick strike there by Waite.
Yeah, if the defender here had tried to tackle him instead of strip the ball, he might have stopped him before he got to the end zone. But he was more intent on trying to strip the ball than he was trying to tackle the guy.
And I'm pretty sure that that's exactly what Coach Eddie Bullock and the coaching staff will tell Kalik Brown as they go back into their fall training, to make sure that you secure the tackle first and then go for the turnover.
Anniston back on offense, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Have another new quarterback in for the Bulldogs. This is number 2, Keviante Davis, who is a freshman. So technically, Davis, an 8th grader for 2 more weeks.
Right.
And will be listed as a freshman come the season. So getting some playing time here in this venue is quite a big deal for these young guys. And we're going to have a flag come in just as the ball was snapped. So we'll back the Bulldogs up 5 yards. And that will make it 2nd down and 15 for Anniston. Davis at quarterback. Running back is number 39, Griffin.
It's a big tackle there in the backfield by Keisha Henfield, number 17. And this is a very, very big Tyner football team. We're seeing a lot of height, especially along the the front four and the linebackers, and even some of the guys in their secondary.
And a well-trained football team as well. And I guess your coach been there for 27 or 29 years. He's pretty much got his system down pat with his junior varsity B team and the way he trains all his kids as they come up into his program. Davis, incomplete pass. He was getting some pressure, and the intended receiver was number 81, Jordan Caldwell. Caldwell is a name that we heard a lot in Bulldog Blitz last year for the Bulldogs. And as we do the simulated punt here and turn the ball back over to Tyner Academy. And Bulldog Blitz, by the way, if you're just tuning in, is the Anniston Bulldog football show on TV 24 during the regular football season. We visit with Coach Eddie Bullock. Gerhard is the host of that show with Coach Bullock. And we, on a weekly basis, weekly coaches show, we talk about the Anniston Bulldogs and what happened on their Friday night football game.
Absolutely. Last couple of years have been difficult. Really, like we talked about earlier, injuries was the story last year with the injury to their quarterback, Xavier Bethune, who, as you saw earlier in this half, or earlier in this game, played the first half, played well, looks like he has a lively arm, and he'll get back into the action. Then lost essentially all three of their linebackers and their defensive end, a couple players in their secondary as well. So rough going for the Bulldogs last year, but a lot of those guys that stepped up last year and really took the carry, took the fight last year will be a lot of the guys that depend upon this year.
You know, one of the things you may have mentioned as we see another long run here by Tyner Academy, you may have noticed some officials on the field who are not in stripes, because the spring games are a time of practice as well for the officials. It's a time for officials who are moving up into the high school level from other levels to be trained, to get a little on-field training. And John Holder is on the sideline with one of those officials, one of the heads of the Gadsden Officials Association, Terry Snow. John?
Yeah, guys, Terry Snow's been officiating high school football, specifically in high school athletics, for many, many years, 27 years in East Alabama. And we're going to talk with him a little bit while we got a chance about what y'all are doing here as far as spring. It's spring training for officials too, right?
It is spring training, John. We have a district camp for our district. Our district consists of officials from Sylacauga area, Anniston area, Jacksonville area, and the Gadsden area. And we have a training camp every fall. We have the fall camp during August. 3 years ago when you started this, we started doing one in the spring as well. And so officials come out. There's evaluators in the booth. There's evaluators on the field. There's trainers in both places. And so we evaluate the guys that are working the games. They get graded and scored just like the players do. And then they get points for attending camp. And so the difference is the officials have to pay their own way. So a lot of they have to pay to be here. And most fans and coaches and players don't understand that, but not only they're not getting paid to work these games, but they're actually paying a fee to be here. So we appreciate the opportunity. We get a lot of work during these next 2 weekends. Much more work than we get during the fall camp in August. So it's really been a big hit for us, because we get a lot of good work and a lot of training done in these 2 weekends.
Another thing I want to ask you about is, to be quite honest with you, and you know it as well as I do, about the need for officials. So we want to kind of put out the call out there to guys out there who love football, and maybe you want to be involved with that some way. You've been out of high school maybe for a few years, out of college, and you want to get involved with being an official. There's really a dire and urgent need for more high school football officials, right?
That is correct, John. And not only football officials, but in all sports, really, officiating is numbers are way down, not only across our state, but across the nation. We're always looking for officials. We're always looking for people that want to stay involved in the game. It's a great opportunity to stay involved. If you've gone off to college and you're back now and you want to still be involved in the game, it's a great way to get back in and get involved. We always like to say, you know, I'm 56 years old and I still get to play football every Friday night. I just play for a different team. And so that's a good offer for anybody that's out there, especially for maybe for kids that are commuting to school and are still living in the area. We have a place for them. And it is we're in a situation where we have to borrow officials from other associations on given Friday nights because we don't have enough to cover our own schools. And so we're constantly, as assigning agents, borrowing from one county to the other.
So if folks want to find out very quickly here before the game ends, they want to find out more about officiating, they want to get some info about that, they're interested, they want to find out more, how can they do that?
They can go on the State High School Athletic Association website, which is ahsaa.org. There's an officials tab. They can click on that. There's an informational link there that tells them and explains to them how they can become a sports official. That's for any sport, not just football.
And very quickly, it's not limited to just guys, because we've got a female official out here too, right?
That's right. Kayla's out here. She does a great job, and we have a number of female officials across the state, and they're welcome. We'd love to have them.
Terry, thank you so much for the job you do. 27 years, right?
That's right.
27 years of officiating, 28 coming up this fall. Terry Snow with the Gadsden Officials Association here on the sidelines, getting some spring training in here at JSU Stadium.
Thank you very much, John. And the officials, kind of the unsung heroes kind of the sports world. They get a lot of flack and a lot of people complain, and every call they make is wrong to somebody. But you and I have had an opportunity over the years to get to know most of the officials in the area, and it's a good group of men and women who really are doing this so that the kids can get out and play football, play the sports, and get out and do this.
Passions of the sport come in so many different ways, and you see it in coaching, you see it what we do here on the broadcast side, and then you also see it in officiating. When players, ex-players, and ex-fans love the sport, they really want to serve the sport, and officiating is a great way to do that.
And the time is going to run off of the clock, and that is going to wrap it up for this particular matchup between Tyner Academy of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and the Anniston Bulldogs. Tyner comes out with a 16-0 victory, so to speak. I don't know if you really have winners and losers in spring football, because what you're doing is you're evaluating your team, you're evaluating people at new positions, and you're trying to see what you're going to have when you put these guys on the field for summer practice, and then get them all started for the fall. And the teams for the next game are already coming out onto the field. That'll feature New Hope and Boaz, and that will start roughly in about 10 to 15 minutes or so. We're going to go down on the field in a minute. We've got an interview with some of the coaches coming up. John is gathering the coaches over here. And we're going to go talk to John here in just a minute, as they've changed the time clock to 5 minutes. So they're going to put 5 minutes between the games here. And the next game up will be, as we said, New Hope and Boaz. John is ready down on the field, so let's take it to the field.
From both teams, we'll begin with one from Tyner Academy. Football team you brought down here.
We're grateful that you invited us down here. You know, I told Coach before the game ever started, I appreciate what him and Coach Fielder did as far as organizing this thing and getting it set up. It's all about the kids. That's the main thing about it, and it gives them an opportunity to see a lot of different people and a lot of different situations, and it also opens up a new environment for them to see.
How excited were your kids to come down and play in a college stadium, be on television, play on turf, and all that?
Well, when I told them we were coming down here, they were jubilant. I mean, they were totally excited about coming down here because, like I said, we get to play a different team than what we've been used to playing. I knew that Anniston had a whole lot of speed and a lot of talent, and we just wanted to come in here and try to perform well and do something decent today and try to get ourselves better.
Coach, you're a legend in that part of the state of Tennessee, 27 years out of 29 in coaching, coming up at Tyner Academy, won over 200 games. The field is named for you. Tell us, the folks here in East Alabama, a little bit about your years at Tyner.
Well, I've been blessed and been fortunate at Tyner. I've had great coaching staffs over the years. I've had great administration over the years, and I've also had tremendous players over the years. We sort of dwindling down as far as the players go now, but it's been a heck of a nice run, and I've enjoyed it thoroughly.
Congratulations. Thank you for coming down. Have a safe trip back to Tennessee.
Thank you.
Wayne Turner of the Tyner Academy Rams. Turn our attention here to Coach Eddie Bullock of the Anniston Bulldogs. Coach, what did you see out of your team here, and what did you get out of this jamboree?
Hey, well, pretty much what I expected. You know, we got a good mixture of young and good mixture of old, and got my quarterback back, and, you know, I just kind of like the way they look. You know, he's a little cautious at first, but, you know, I kind of like what I seen.
Coach, he's a difference maker. We didn't get to see him last year except for that Jamboree game, but tell us about what a difference he makes with your football team.
Well, you know, he was actually playing similar to what he was doing tonight. You know, it makes a big difference, you know, when you're the guy that pulls the trigger for you, it gets hurt. It makes a big difference, and it kind of took a lot of the air out of us because he's our field leader. But, you know, tonight I just told him to relax because it's been a year, you know, and he had a catastrophic injury. And, you know, just coming back and mentally being able to get on the field was a great task for him. So I'm totally proud of my team. I like what I saw.
What's the biggest thing you need to improve on this summer?
Well, just a little bit more confidence. You know, our receiving core is young, but we got a lot of great young receivers. You know, the majority of those guys are 10th graders. I only have 2 seniors there, and you know, we play about 6 receivers, and, you know, the other guys are 10th graders, and just giving them confidence and letting them know that, you know, they can make plays out on the field.
All right, Coach, we'll see you this fall.
Hey, looking forward to doing it.
Eddie Bullock, head coach of the Anniston Bulldogs, guys.
Thank you very much. And speaking of this fall, don't forget, John Holder and Mickey Shadricks are the hosts of the Pigskin Roundup every Friday night, live at 10:30 on TV 24. So we're going to go take a break real quick as they do the coin toss out on the field. We'll be back.